Welcome to Cloudy Nook Crochet. My name is Lori, and I would love to crochet up a storm with you. So please subscribe and hit the notification bell. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you. Hi everyone, welcome to WIP Wednesday on my channel. I am so excited that you are here to spend a few minutes with me today. And I just want to thank each and every one of my subscribers for supporting my channel. And if you're new to my channel, a special welcome to you. On my channel saying is, go crochet up a storm. So that's what I'm all about, is crocheting. So before I show you the WIPs that I'm working on, I thought I'd just share a little story with you. Last week I was in Havasu, which used to be my parents' home, and they recently passed away. So my husband and I are in the process to purchase it and retire there in the near future. So I have a story when I was there. So we found out we have a desert pet living there in Havasu. Now, my husband was cleaning out my dad's garage, and it's a small little carport, and it has like a garage door that slides down where he keeps his tools. So he was out there cleaning it up, and all of a sudden he comes in the home and he says, Lori, you got to come out. You got to check this out. So I go out there, and there is a chuckwalla that is living in my dad's tool area in his carport. Now, here's another story. When my parents were still alive, they had 24/7 in-home care. And one time I was there visiting, and one of the caregivers says, Lori, you got to come out. You got to see this. And I'm like, what? And I knew this caregiver just loves animals. So when she got so excited, I knew it had to do with an animal. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what kind of animal is it? A scorpion, a rattlesnake, being in the middle of the desert? And so we walk out to the carport area, and underneath the garage door that closes up my dad's workshop, we see, she shows me this foot. Now this foot, oh my gosh, it was probably like an inch and a half size foot. And I looked down and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's a foot to what? And she's like, oh, we think there's a, excuse me. Sorry about that. I had a cough attack. So, she says, yeah, we think a chuckwalla is living in your dad's tool shed. And I'm like, really? And sure enough, a couple years later, my husband finds the chuckwalla. And this chuckwalla, let me show a picture of it to you right here. He is still alive. And I'm curious, how does he get in and out of there? And I know right now it's winter time, so he's probably hibernating in there. So he has been a resident and has been renting out this space in my dad's garage. So I thought I'd share that little story with you, that I technically, in a way, have a pet chuckwalla. And I know that my parents have had other stories of animals when they were living there. They had a chuckwalla that lived down by the mailbox. And then another fun story is they had road runners would come to their sliding glass door, and they would knock on the door with their beak, and my mom would have pre-made up little hamburger meatballs raw, and they named the Roadrunner Baby. So every time Baby came, they would feed her a hamburger ball. And then one time, Baby had babies, and so they would all come and visit my parents. So anyway, so that's the story for today. Now, let me, another thing is I am organized my craft room, and so I'll be doing my filming in here, and this is my craft sewing room, and I like to name things. So the name of this room is called Nana's Nook. So that's part of my channel name, Cloudy Nook Crochet. I love clouds up in the sky, and this is my nook where I get to hang out and do all my crafting. And just recently, this corner that I'm sitting in, I set it up to be for my crochet stuff. So you can see my amigurumis, and then all the bins behind me, I keep my yarn. So it is a work in progress to continue to organize everything in this room, and I'll share a little bit of the room here and there throughout my videos. So now let me show you my works in progress. So let's go take a look at my Sophie's Universe, how far I've gotten on it. And there it is. And I'm just loving the colors that I used for this project. So let me zoom in a little bit, and you guys could really take a look at all the detail of the stitch work. Oh my gosh, I am loving doing this pattern. I've always enjoyed working on a pattern that kind of challenges me and makes me think and count as I'm working on it. So there is my Sophie's Universe, and I just started part 4. So starting up on this project a little later than when it first came out, where everybody was working on it for 2023. I think that time I spent in Havasu, I had a lot of extra time there, so I could kind of get caught up with everybody else. So we'll see if I continue with that. But oh my gosh, I just love this project, and I'm so happy that I was able to hear about it and find it on the awesome yarn community on YouTube. Now let me show you my other WIPs. This next crochet along is the Mystery at Rosewood Manor, and it is designed by Kelsey Epperson. And the part that you see here is part 1. And she mentioned in the rules that 1 week after each section is complete, we could share photos on social media. So this is part 1, and today part 3 is coming out to work on. Now, if you would like to get more information on this crochet along, I will link my episode 177 in the description box below. And this is such a fun crochet along because along with crocheting, you get to read a mystery story. So, oh my gosh, this is challenging me a little bit. I definitely have to count after each row to make sure I got every stitch in there. So for the next 2 projects, let me show you the yarn that I am using. The first one is by Lion Brand Yarns. It's Wool Ease, 197 yards. The name of this one is Flint. It's 80% acrylic, 20% wool, and it's a 4 weight. And this one, I'm making a sweater for my son. And then this one is the yarn that I used for making the sweater that I started working on it for the seasonal yarning YouTube hop for 2022 that I did not complete. So I'm trying to finish that project up. And that yarn is by Ella Ray. It's a DK weight merino superwash, 260 yards. And the name of this one is Auburn Heather. So now let me show you the projects. Now, since these projects are a little bigger, I had to lay them out on the floor for you. This is the sweater that I am working up for my son, and I will put the name of the pattern right here on the screen for you. And I also will link the pattern in the description box below. So I completed the front and the back. So you have two separate pieces there. And right now I am working up on the sleeve. Now this sweater is kind of on hold right now. When my son was at home during Christmas, he lives over in Charlotte, North Carolina. I started the project, and when I make wearables, I got to try it on the person because for me, there's a lot of trial and error to find the right size. So sometimes I have to adjust the pattern a little bit to get it to fit the way they would like it to fit on them. Some people like sweaters looser. My husband likes his a little more tighter on him. So I will be bringing this project with me to North Carolina when I travel there in a couple weeks. So then I'll be able to continue on that sleeve, put the sleeve, attach it all up, and try it on him. So I will keep you posted on this work in progress. Now here's my husband's sweater. And again, I'll put the name of the pattern right here on the screen for you. And oh my gosh, I was so excited. I wanted to get this done before we take our trip to go visit our son. I finished one of his sleeves. It fits really well on him. And then, then I had to sign up for some more projects like Sophie's Universe and the Mystery of the Rosewood Manor Crochet Along started up. So I have to, this one is just gonna have to sit for a little bit until I could get that next sleeve built on. So hopefully you guys can encourage me to at least work on this on a daily basis, even if I just do a few rows a day. That way I could actually have a finished object. So, but yeah, my husband likes the color, and it really fits him well the way he likes it to wear on him, which is a little, he doesn't like his sweaters baggy. And then again, I think I mentioned this in another one of my episodes. See at the very top there where the stitch work looks different? See that like ridge going across? Well, that was a boo-boo, but it looks fine. Decided I wasn't gonna rip it out. And the reason that happened was the pattern is saying, okay, start on the right side or start on the wrong side. And I didn't start it on the right side at that point in the pattern. So I have that little ridge effect, but I think it looks fine. I think I'm saying it was designed that way. But so there's my husband's sweater. Now my last WIP over at the Crafty Nomad's YouTube channel, her name over there is Kim, and she's starting up again for the second year, the seasonal yarning YouTube hop for 2023. And I had so much fun doing this hop last year that I wanted to sign up again. So this project right here in this bag is for the spring hop. And I could tease you until I show you the finished object on the first day of spring. So let me show you what I can. And the yarn that I'm using for this project is ice yarn. It's a cotton bamboo light. And let me see if I have another band in here. Here's one. And it is called, it's a 3-weight. And what is the name of this one? Oh, I don't see a name on the tag. It's 60% bamboo and 40% cotton. And I'm sorry, I can't tell you the name of the color. So that's the yarn for the spring hop, and here's your tease. There is my project right there. I would say I'm about a third of the way through on this project. So I have to pull this one out on an ongoing basis to make sure I have it done by the first day of spring, which is in March. Now, thankfully with this pattern, it has row repeats. And so I've figured out what the row repeats are, and I could do it, and I could carry on a conversation and watch TV. I don't have to do much counting on this project. So this is a project that kind of goes with me. Like, for an example, I'm going to be picking my grandkids up today for school, and if they're busy doing homework and stuff, then I could easily bring this project along and work on it while they're doing their homework. So that is the works in progresses that I am working on. So thank you for watching this episode, and I'm really having fun doing the WIP Wednesdays. So bye for now until we meet again.